Welcome back, Moonies, and thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you taking the time. So I went and I watched Act 4, A Masquerade Dance Party. And unfortunately, I am still stuck with the feeling that I just am not loving Luna. I love the voice actor. It's nothing to impugn her, but I can't I don't see that as Luna. I even went back to the original Sailor Moon new 90s English dub, the new one with the same voice actors as Crystal, to kind of listen to Luna in a different light or a different angle, if you will. And I still really can't see it. I mean, I think my issue is that her voice is not only lacking some maturity, but it's lacking authority. I think that's my issue because but then again, I grew up with the original Sailor Moon 90s, old English dub, and I loved that voice for Luna. And I just felt she had that authority behind her, that ancient royal advisor. So in this new one, when I see her directing Usagi or talking to Usagi or directing the girls or what have you, I'm just missing that authority. But again, that is just my opinion. That's just how I personally feel about it. Although I will mention that one of the commenters in the other video did say that there's a rumor that Naoko was actually kind of fond of the original Sailor Moon original English dub voice of Luna. And I would love to believe that because I really liked that one too. Again, I heard it was just a rumor, and thanks to the commenter for pointing that out. And thanks for commenting and watching. So, on a cool note, I did think it was interesting that while I was watching the original Sailor Moon, original 90s dub, I'm sorry, the new dub. I'm confusing myself. The new 90s dub with the same voice actors from Crystal. I did find it weird that I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like Queen Beryl's voice now, and Jedi sounds okay now, but Queen Beryl's voice surprised me. For some reason, her voice sounded okay on that one. So I was like, okay, perhaps I'm getting used to it. Another thing that I realized while watching this English dub, the SMC English dub, I thought it was funny because I think I would be happier if actually the voice actors for Luna and Ray would switch. Because, like I said, I feel that Luna sounds too immature, and I honestly kind of think that Ray sounds too mature. So if they were to switch, that might fix the problem, at least for me. Because the really funny thing, sticking with the fact that Ray sounds too mature, every time she talks, for some reason, I think it's Pluto talking. So I was just kind of taken aback. I had that realization. So I was just like, oh, wow. Okay. That definitely tells me, for me personally, she sounds too mature. Because if I'm thinking of Pluto, because Pluto is like a whole other level of maturity in my mind. So that was just kind of a weird, funny thing. Oh, and I'm going to say this. Kunzite, his voice in SMC English dub is on point. All four kings sound good to me now. I was like, okay, I can dig this now. So see, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting there. Makoto, I'm going to have to hear a little more of that. I'm not going to make a call on that just yet because they gave us a little sneak peek of her voice, and I was like, I'm gonna wait on that one. So I did go and listen to the SMC soundtrack. While I did really like the music, of course, personally for me, it doesn't scream Sailor Moon because I grew up on the 90s version music, and that is iconic. I mean, you play the opening theme song, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, what language it's in, you know it. You just know it. It just screams Sailor Moon. And yes, it was perfect for that time, for that anime, the original 90s version, just like I think that the SMC opening is perfect for the SMC. It's its time, just like the 90s version of Sailor Moon, that was its time. So honestly, you're kind of, it's like you really, I don't think you can really compare the two, because at that point it's kind of like comparing apples and rocks. You just can't do it, you know. But seriously, the SMC soundtrack is definitely worth checking out, because both sets, the 90s and SMC, they're both equally great. But yeah, definitely check out the SMC soundtrack. It's definitely worth it. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for being here. Until next time.